Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule. Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Aha, he's back, everybody.
Yeah.
My name is Neil Rule, that guy, D-Mac, Darren McCarty here in the house. D-Mac, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
I'm well.
Just enjoying this fine weather out here, working on the golf game. And went to the zoo this weekend.
Went to the zoo?
Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome.
I forgot that place existed.
Oh, it was so much fun. The Gorillas put on a show. There's a 4-year-old Clyde. He took a sick bump down the hill, did about 80 rolls, got up, like nothing.
Climbed back up, did it again.
The lemurs were chilling. I'm going to be chilling like a lemur.
Nice. When are they bringing the lions back?
If I could get pet lemurs, like in a cage or whatever, and just watch them jump around. So, yeah, shout out to the zoo. If you haven't been there, it's definitely worth going.
All right.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Other than that, what else going on? Just a couple, couple drafts. Draft the Viking.
Yeah, couple of free agents.
PK88 back in the fold on a 1-year deal. So Stevie's solidifying, all the backup goalies and whatever else. But a lot of moves in the NHL. A lot of chatter going on. So we'll see what happens. We'll talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to get into it. KG's in the house. KG. We ain't good, but we real good.
we getting there.
All right.
We getting there.
I got to check in.
No, I understand, but you my guy, man.
I know.
We rocking, man. But I'm glad to be back. The crew is back together again, and let's get down to it, man. A lot of people talking about this Stevie mess, man.
And we are going to get into that, by the way. I feel like there's going to be a bumping of heads, perhaps.
I was told that he missed the opportunity. So
Spencer Raxter.
Hello. My chair died.
Did it really?
It's just sinking.
You're a little person.
Welcome to the world of chairs.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sitting in this chair. I don't need to get into it. Everybody who's been around understands.
I sent the link to him, Neil, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool.
See, now it's like COVID. Now it's infesting Spenny's chair.
It is.
It's true.
All
Don't
the
let it
chairs are
get to you,
compromised. All of them.
Okay, Catspot. We're gonna get into it. Let's just.
That's a dumb take.
We're gonna get there. Okay.
We ain't even saying that yet.
Nobody even said it.
Right, we ain't even talked nothing yet. It's already Catspot.
The dude's got the most miserable existence on the planet.
Hey, guess what? I heard
That's a dumb take.
Jesus, who's up north but in the chat, just said that the Cats just created his
55th
account.
Jesus Christ.
And I just blocked about the 33rd of it. So there you go. See you.
All right, there you go. Broder says boot him chairs.
Boot 'em
Chairs.
chairs.
That would be like an internal.
That's the warm up to boot them kids.
Yeah.
That would be like an internal shirt that we would get.
Yeah, seriously.
That we
Wear
would
it around
get here.
Chad.
But no, we are going to get into all of it. Coming up at 12:24, by the way, we're going to check in with our guy John Yu from the Pro Sports Zone in Livonia.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Sensation himself.
Yeah, talk memorabilia a little bit, man. I like to do that from time to time. John Yu's the goat in this town at it, so we'll check in with him. And, just talk Lions and Lions Mania. Has it cooled off a little bit? Is it still on and popping? All that. So the answer is yes, at some point we're going to talk Detroit Lions today. We're going to break the streak, I guess you could say.
All right.
But yeah, we are going to get into it. I saw, Spenny, on the sheet you had Javi Watch with a question mark.
Yeah.
Do we have movement?
No, I just,
okay.
Yeah. What's going on with him? Is he still on the...
Shit, we need to do a Tiger Watch at this point.
Yeah.
The whole team.
The last segment.
Just the whole team.
The Tiger's dead. I haven't been able to watch him.
You don't want to watch this bullshit that's
but
going on.
it's not a priority. It's just sort of like with the Bally's thing, it's sort of become the norm. People over this length of time, and obviously without the product, they've figured out something else to either watch or listen to or whatever. I noticed myself. I have not even turned it on in the car.
They better get this shit. Comcast better get this shit figured out by
the
time the summer's over, or we'll just get a different
They won't.
Yeah,
Spoiler
probably
alert.
won't. They
won't. You were a YouTube TV guy, right?
I was, yeah.
Hey, hey, when's Bally's coming back on YouTube TV?
Never. So and
Spenny's over there looking out the window waiting for Dad to get back from the store.
He's not coming back. He's with the voodoo lady.
He left 2 months ago, Spenny. He ain't coming back.
He's with the voodoo lady.
He's with the voodoo lady down in New Orleans right now.
It's over, man.
It's just so whack.
Get your streaming services, people. I'm telling y'all, that's the wave.
Valley Sports, you are a shit company, and I can't wait for you to go bankrupt.
They already have, I thought.
That's so whack, dude.
Yeah, they're in a reorganization pattern. There's a hearing coming up at the end of July where Diamond Sports will kind of present their reorganization case.
Oh, wow.
And then the leagues will,
decide.
Yeah, and a judge will decide, and they'll have to put a bullet in it, I think, at that point.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, I mean, I don't know that for sure.
It's over.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
It hurt our teams, man.
Yeah.
It hurt the Tigers. Hurt their spending.
Get your own streaming service, man.
Lil Chris. NBA update. We talked a lot of NBA free agency. The Chicago Bulls are trading Zach LaVine to the Atlanta Hawks.
Not to us.
Really?
Yep.
What'd they get out of it?
Haven't heard yet. Everybody just puts it out and doesn't say what it is. So
I also saw that Donovan Mitchell got extended with the
He sure did.
the Cavs.
yes.
So that would lead to maybe him and JB Bickerstaff weren't getting along, and that's why Bickerstaff was out the door. So
Could be.
yeah,
And Buffalo Sabres signed James Reimer, 2-way contract with $1 million.
All right, there's that. Here's some the Zach LaVine thing, by the way.
I was hopeful.
And D-Mac, this will be another example of I should have played basketball that you've said before. Donovan Mitchell, he's got, 3 years, $132 million, right?
Yep.
A little bit of just to put that in perspective, Zach LaVine has 3 years left on his deal, $138 million.
Jesus.
Spenny, I had Donovan Mitchell here.
You did?
I had him here.
They laughed at you.
And you guys, the whole chat went, every Detroit fan said, no way, no way, no way.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would say no to that, but
They did.
Same as Zion.
Same with Zion. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what the people don't understand,
The frustrating
D-Mac.
thing, just bringing that up too, right, is that if that was an opportunity and you talking about the money, Tom Gores would consider it. I mean, it's not about the dollar if that would opportunity. So it's not getting there when we think about, the Tigers more or less is that I don't think that's even an option. So, I guess we got to walk before you run. Why would anybody want to play here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To me,
and it's not like we've talked about before. It's not like you have, the nucleus to trade to get one of these guys. So
yeah,
you gotta hope that you get out of the mud and improve that way, and maybe turn some heads in the next coming season or so.
To me, it's not even about Zach LaVine, the player. I'm more concerned about the draft capital that they could have received from taking on that contract. Because at this point, I get it. You want to do it the right way. You don't want to cut corners. You want to take the slow approach. That's fine. But you need to start war chesting. You need to start gaining some draft capital so we can actually make moves in the future. So I don't want to say a missed opportunity. I was hopeful that they would get in on the Zach LaVine sweepstakes.
Yeah. So I'm looking here in the chat, DNCENT, who I just went with because he said it, because he's a respected member of this big D Energy community.
Shout out, yeah.
I value what he said. We bump heads sometimes, but for the most,
he keeps
we ain't good, but we real good.
You know, he keep it above the belt. Yeah, that's all you can ask for.
He said no. I got NBA Centel. I guess that is a faux Twitter account.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
So he is not gone yet. So hope is alive.
Still there.
All right.
Somebody in the chat said, well, Zach LaVine wasn't coming here anyway. I don't care if he ever gets here.
Right.
I just want the picks.
It's not his choice.
Yeah.
To be real.
Neil, I was trying to explain it to the chat yesterday, and I don't know, it's just really hard for them to understand that that's what it is.
Yeah.
I was saying Zach LaVine, I was saying Julius Randle.
Yeah.
And everybody's, why would you want these guys? They suck. Blah, blah, blah. It's not them.
Right.
We don't want them. We want the picks.
Yeah.
And where are we at right now? We're taking on bad contracts of all right players. That's what you do.
What?
I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand.
D-Mac. Hey, look, you said before, it wasn't your thing before the whole, you just show up, play hockey, get paid, do your thing. You didn't really swim in the waters. Now with you, D-Mac, I'm like a proud father. The first thing you do now is look at money, look at draft situations. It's the first thing you do. Why do you think why is it so hard for the people to understand that you're not trying to get Zach LaVine, Ingram, Randall. You're not trying to get those guys, D-Mac.
No.
You're trying to get what those guys bring, not on the floor.
Yeah.
But you're buying draft picks, D-Mac.
Right.
Why is that a tough concept for people to get?
Have they done it before? Is there another example? Is there another
true.
example within the
I don't think
organization?
so.
So maybe because it's a new experience to swim. You know, has it changed? Has it evolved in the way that the NBA trade or the signings and all this different thing with the money? So maybe it's just because we don't have an example to go by. Like it's like the Grant Hill thing, or it's like this or like that. And is it a reflection on because you just spent what people think is overspent on Tobias Harris, you know, to bring him home, you know, so to speak. Spending, you've been calling out, bring guys home. Was he on the list to bring home?
I mean,
no,
not really. But I'm not
does he
mad
help?
at this.
Here's the thing: does he help you get out of the mud?
He helps you win a couple more games.
You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, you know, I just think it's because we maybe haven't been here or can't relate to it. Is there an example? Right?
Not here.
Not here.
So does that make sense?
But all around the NBA, this is how it works.
All around the NBA, they do it, right? So again, it's like if we're talking the Lions, there's certain waters that us as Lions fans, for me, for 30 years, had never swam in.
Right.
Right? For all of us. But now we swim in different waters. So the Pistons, they got to get themselves, maybe they're not even to the drinking hole of operating like this yet. And this tells you exactly how far down they are.
And that is true, and that is a good call because we've done that a lot here where we're like, guys, a lot has changed since the last time we quote-unquote gave a shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying as a collective.
As a fan base,
you know,
yeah,
as a
I got
collective, as a city, as a fan base and stuff like that. Because we float in and out. Like
Well, there
that's the way
hasn't been
that works.
anything to give a shit about
100%.
until last year.
Yeah.
With the Lions. I mean, everybody else doesn't make the playoffs, and you know, it's dog shit. Seriously.
Being a Detroit fan is hard.
Being up to what?
About a decade.
Even 18-year-old kids.
Yeah. About a decade of just wasteland.
Dog shit.
And a lot has changed. Like a lot has changed.
Shit. Really smelly dog shit.
But
if stuff you get on your shoe
and it won't come off. Yeah. Oh my god.
If you would hear how Pistons fans on Twitter are talking about Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., you'd think we signed prime Kawhi Leonard and prime Klay Thompson. Like this is just
really. I've seen the opposite.
We're making the playoffs. We're gonna win everything. They think these guys are.
I've seen the opposite.
Untouchable. Dude, it was ridiculous. The replies I was getting.
That's crazy.
You think that we just signed Gary Payton and Kevin Durant? Like,
I wouldn't
look
say
out.
that. Would I say that? I've seen the opposite.
You know what? I did see a great stat though. Speaking of that signing, by the way, jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread, subscribe to the YouTube channel, get in there and get your thoughts. Taylor says, "Clear eyes, full hearts, boo kids."
Damn right.
So there's that one out there as well. Lots of slamming of Bally's, all of that. Also, and for me, it was I saw this stat. Fontecchio last year shot 53% on corner threes.
Yeah.
All right. Tobias Harris was a 40% three-point shooter on corner threes.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Hardaway Jr. was 39% in corner threes.
That's damn good.
Asur Thompson was the highest percentage on the Pistons in corner threes last year at 23%.
Not good.
So, like, it's right off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
They're 7 to 8 wins better.
You
right
would
off
think.
the rip.
You would think, yes.
Provided, you know, people stay healthy and everything like that.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, they're vets, so whatever. I mean, that's the thing. And we'll get into that later. And we touched on it a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
But the Trajan Langdon thing has got me feeling a little better about the situation. There's action.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's action, there's
And
tangible action.
He's being true to his plan.
There's analytical action that goes to show you that.
Just like the Tobias Harris move, I don't even see it as a 2-year deal. Yeah, they signed him to 2 years, but I think it's a flip to get assets after the first year. He comes in, he plays well, he's going to contribute, he's going to give you probably 17 a game, he's going to hit the three consistently. Next year, you flip him and get assets, man. And he said that's part of his plan.
Yeah. So We will see, but I do want to get into the wing stuff. We got D-Mac here today, so there's a bunch of different angles we're going to go to because I was told the Red Wings should fold the organization. I was told that Steve Yzerman should have been fired on the spot yesterday.
There's a lot of disappointment
because he didn't give Steven Stamkos $32 million.
Yeah, people wanted the flair. People wanted the flair, man.
All right, we're going to get into it, okay?
D-Mac,
I'm going to run some things by you. I am going to ask you about the goalie situation. Huso's still here, right? Like,
yes.
He's still under contract.
To this point.
Yes. So is Lyon.
I want to add, D-Mac, can we start there when we come back?
Start wherever you want. But first of all, you're talking about goaltending, so let me talk about not only net security, but security in general. Where do we go? Guardian Alarm. Let them offer you customized solutions from real experts, professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automated solutions specific to your needs. But Guardian Alarm wants you to call the number today, 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring, call anytime, day or night. No other Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number, 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people have been proven to care. Business pleasure. Guardian doesn't care. They just want you to call the number.
Stay
1-800.
Stay out. Stay out of, I don't know, thinking the Pistons are going to win 40 games next year, fans. Can we temper expectations, please? This is actually a rebuild now.
Continue to stay out of the boundaries of the city of Detroit, Javi Baez. My life has been exponentially better since you've been gone.
Stay out of getting more and more retreads, i.e. Luke Kennard.
Guardian Alarm, the local security experts selling Big D Energy. We sent you.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week, walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, like their new location in Madison Heights that just opened. Make sure you stop in and try to make a station near you. They've got the chicken tenders. They've got those delicious biscuits, all the sides you can want, and of course, the New York style pizza. Check out where you can find a location near you at Sorokis.com.
All right, we're off and running here. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, D-Mac back in the fold. KG, Spencer Raxter, Justin, intern Justin on a remote island somewhere. I don't know if he's at Firefest. Well, I know he's
somewhere
on a boat
out there.
Yeah, he's on a boat somewhere.
Yeah. He be mixed in this morning, so he's all right.
Was he on a boat?
I couldn't tell. He was in a room, though.
He was in a room?
Yeah.
On below deck? Or
maybe below
starboard
deck.
Bow? Or where was it?
We don't know.
All right.
We do not know.
But yeah, so, all right, let's get into it, D-Mac. Red Wings, I want to say there's two camps, but there's not. There seems to be pretty much to me, now mark me on this, KG, because you did the morning show today.
Yeah.
There seems to be, in my mind, I would say 70% disgust.
Maybe 60-40, because I do think there's a tangent that still believes in the Iser plan and what he's doing, but I guess a lot of people felt like they just wanted more out of the free agency period, and there are still moves that probably are yet to be made, but so far, a lot of people seem to be disappointed.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do first, D-Mac. I just want your take on what he did so far, and then I want to move to that, KG, because again, I want to know, people want to be upset, then what was your plan? You know, was the plan to give Elias Lindholm, $8 million a year? Was that the plan?
Right.
All right, D-Mac, just your reaction to what you saw.
I mean, this conversation's too premature. We're not even wait.
It's over, D-Mac. It's over. Shut it down.
Have it next week or whatever. We don't know what's going on. conversations. Let's talk about what we do know, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure you talked about the fact I told you that Patrick Kane, when people asked me if he'd be coming back, if he would agree to a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And if that's not a team-friendly deal, and I know Cats, before I blocked him, it said, well, you're going to give Kane $6.5 million. No. Do you know in the contract he gets the $6.5 million if they're a playoff team and he has points?
Yeah.
He's guaranteed $4 million. Plays 10 games. What is your risk reward? So team-friendly deal, and that just, I look deeper into that. I look and say, holy cow, okay, so he's made this commitment in talking about Patrick Kane. There's something else brewing here that we don't know, that I don't even know, but there's a commitment by these guys. The one things that I do know, I can talk about what we do know, because I don't believe Steve Yzerman's done. I believe the reports on whatever the Trouba trade deal is to whatever holds up other parts of you wanting to do something if you really think you can get that, because what I'm reading is he makes $8 million. Rangers would retain some, but you still have to put like at least $5 to $6 million on your book, so that prevents you from signing another guy right away. But the one thing that I know about Steve Yzerman is it's his plan. It's not our plan. So you're either trust it, you're in, or you're in the way. And I can't talk to the people who sort of question it right now of why.
Yeah.
You have to wait, and he will tell you why. The process is, here's his motivation. His motivation, as he's told us all along, is not making the playoffs. It's making sure the foundation is solid enough. And as we do that, there's other teams around us that are in different positions than we are, that are throwing everything at it. Hence the Nashvilles, making the splashes for the Marchessaults and the Stamkos and stuff like this. And here's the whole thing. For anybody who wanted Steven Stamkos, you were never in the conversation, because after playing 16 years in one place, he's not going to go sign 4 years to go play in the cold. I'm just sorry, he's not. No, and especially in a playoff building team. He's going to go somewhere where he thinks he can win and be the difference, and that would be in Nashville, where the weather is nicer, where you can convince, that lateral move, and they're further along, closer to being a Stanley Cup team than the Red Wings are. So you never really had that conversation.
Yeah.
And although you did ask about it, I'm sure. So to me, it's premature. If you do want to talk about the goaltender signings, the Gustafsson signing, and like solidifying down the roster, right? Like, I like the Gustafsson signing for your 5 or 6 defenseman guy that's going to play. But the goaltending tells me competition. Tells me he's bringing guys in. He's bringing veterans in, and Cam Talbot that have been number one, and Jack Campbell that have been number one. In fact, I believe they were both tandem mates in Edmonton. You got Lyon, you got Husso, you got Kosa, Augustine coming in. There's competition there. Stevie doesn't care how it gets done, but it's going to get done. So he deemed that a priority in having a goaltender that can carry the load, or a couple of them, right, Neil? To not be in the position that you were in this year, where one guy runs out of gas and you almost get there. But so to me, again, it's too early. This could be, even next week's too early. Let's wait till he comes out and says something.
Yeah.
I mean, and then I guess I would counter with, who is it that you want that you didn't get?
That's it, D-Man. That's where I always circle back to with all of this discussion. I'm pissed we didn't get anybody. Who'd you want to get? Because I tell you this, I would be pissed if they signed Stamkos to $32 million till he's 38 years old. I'd be pissed about that. I would, for real. Yeah. And then there's no way in the world, when you look at that, what in Steve Yzerman's profile suggests to you that he's interested in giving a guy that will be 38 when his $32 million contract is over? What history do you have to base that on? Why would you be upset? Why would you expect that? For real, why? But let me know in the chat. You guys are so worked up about it. Let me know in the chat. For real. Because there is no evidence. Because that would never happen. I'm not interested in it. KG, real talk.
Yeah.
Are you interested in a 38-year-old Steven Stamkos making $8 million?
Absolutely not. And then it handcuffs your future, sign them to that kind of money. So no.
Spenny, are you?
No, that was way too much money for me.
And Spenny, you love the transaction.
I do. I wanted Stamkos. I did, but not at 8 per. That's a lot.
There comes a point where, and look, this is where things get tough in free agency because it only takes one.
Yeah.
It only takes one in any kind of economic transaction. If one person is willing to pay that price, then that's the market.
True.
I'm not interested in him at that market.
So I guess my question is, did Stevie was this his plan all along, or did he misjudge the market? Because, I mean, if the Trouba deal falls through, would this necessarily be a missed opportunity, seeing that he let so many other players go?
Yeah, who did you want, KG?
No, I'm not. I'm
He's
just
saving
asking.
the,
I'm just trying
obviously
to
the monies that he's got in the cap, as somebody said, for Sider, for Raymond.
'Cause
but
all-
he did.
All accounts said that they were in on the Stamkos move until he eventually got paid by the other team. So was this just like a misjudging, or did he just say like, no,
that's too much money for him to dish out to Stamkos. Well, he's got to pay Raymond and Sider that. He's not going to pay a 34-year-old.
And that's
to Neil's point too, the age.
Yeah.
And to the point that the sell was, even if it was the same money, he's not going to pay him more than that. Right?
That's it.
Would you get the Detroit tax for not being a playoff team and being in the cold weather? So it costs you $8.5.
And that is it right there. Like, are you going to pay him the same amount that you're going to be paying? Yeah, well, Sider will get more than that.
I mean, you're
going to pay him the same you're going to pay Raymond, right?
No.
Here, right now, right here, right now.
Guys,
you wouldn't do it.
Then let him walk.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, do we not pump the brakes? We're talking about a non-playoff team here, trying to build a foundation to get there. So a lot of times, that player in free agency isn't looking to build your team or build that team, especially when they're older. Because that's the whole thing with free agency, usually when you're older. So, I mean, the one thing I know about Steve Yzerman is he's super calculated.
Yeah.
Just like Scotty Bowman was. 5 moves ahead. So, to your point, Kenny, I'm sure there was adjustments. I'm sure it's probably plan C or B.
Yeah.
C plus or B.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to alternate because the one thing that he is, number one, is he will not give away any money.
Yeah.
Has he not been consistent about that? Like, Neil, you're the cap guy.
Stevie and I talk about this all the time.
Right? That's why he's got.
He has wine. I have a little bit of the higher end bourbon. We lord over at LCA.
Yeah.
We sit there with the sweater, with the collared shirt on, and our glasses.
That sweater vest.
And we sit up there and we talk about it. And that's the thing. And one thing I learned from Stevie, he told me this himself. I'm kidding, by the way. But he told me this himself, D-Mac. The cap money you have, that is your arsenal for battle. Mm-hmm. That's it. That determines the fate of your organization. It's not baseball. It's the opposite. Now, the other side of this, and look, we didn't even get to the goalie thing. We're going to be spending a while on this today.
Yeah,
just so you guys know.
We're
going to be spending a while on this today. But D-Mac, the one thing that I didn't want to hear, and I don't want to hear, and I'm glad I haven't heard it here, but I hear it on other inferior sports networks around town, where people say, well, Chris Ilitch is cheap. It's a salary cap league, everybody. You can only spend to the cap.
Yeah.
And he went and got you, quote unquote, the best GM. So, and he's hands off it. And I don't want to speak for D-Mac here. I don't, and I won't, and I'm not. But I am saying this, that my interpretation, this is me, not D-Mac. I'm not speaking for D-Mac. My interpretation of this is Steve Yzerman sits in his office and goes to work. And that's it.
Yeah.
And he does what he's going to do, and that's it. The ownership is out of that end of it. That's my interpretation of it. That doesn't come from inside knowledge or anything like that. I'm not speaking for anybody. Mm-hmm. Steve Yzerman's marching to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah.
What do you got, KJ?
Nah, I did have another question because...
All right, you want to give it when we come back?
Yeah, we can do it
Let's do that then.
Yeah.
Let's do it when we come back. Tell them about Lady Jane's, D-Mac.
Yes, sir. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, and relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talent stylists make you look and feel great. Walking anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's. Wicked awesome.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had to spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive.
Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to
Right? Oh. Neil Rule here for Feldman Automotive. That's right. There's 18 Feldman Automotive dealerships in and around the Metro Detroit area. We know about Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. They are Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. However, if you want a Ford, if you want a Kia, whatever brand of car you want, FeldmanAuto.com. Boom, you are in there. The sales process, the Feldman Advantage, the best in the game. The service department, by the way. The oil change, all that kind of stuff. Pull up on any Feldman Automotive dealership around where you live. They get the car in there. They get it handled. You get on your way. The most seamless transaction I've ever had in my life. I'm telling you guys my real life experience. That's all I can do for you. FeldmanAuto.com. They're the GOATs. All right, keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, D-Mac back in the fold. Yes, we're getting deep into the NHL free agency waters. We got KG, we got Spencer Raxter, we got all of you in the chat. And look, man, like I'm giving you my thoughts. D-Mac giving you his thoughts. You're giving your thoughts. I read your thoughts too. Yeah. And I'm not, somebody earlier said, you'll get your thoughts out there so Neil can rip you apart. No, that's not it. I'm telling you what I think. And I'm giving you the why on what I think. KG, you had a question before we went to break.
Yeah, because Justin and Flannel kind of brought this up. It's clear that Stevie, from this free agency period, he's leaning more towards the youth to be able to really pull us out of this thing in the long run. Do you think that's I wouldn't say a mistake, but we've seen the Tigers try this approach, and clearly it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, there's one difference there.
Okay, well, point out.
The youth in the Tiger system was brought here by who?
Yeah, Al Avila. That's true.
The youth in the Red Wing system was brought here by
This
who?
is all Stevie Y talent.
And I'll just lay it down like this, and I'll merge those two questions because I got a question for Spenny, then I got to go back to
But do you
D-Mac.
think that's the right approach?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Look at the core of their run and all that. But Spenny, I'll go back to this. Here's why it's the right approach. Right now, right here, and this is going to be good. Edvinson or Gostafir?
Edvinson.
For this year.
Edvinson.
Take the money out of it. Yeah. Edvinson or Gostafir?
Edvinson.
Edvinson's about 3 times cheaper.
Yes.
That's a home run then, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying here, man? Like, it's depth, not width, man. It's depth.
That's two of the things like that they didn't have last year that they're going to have going into this year. You're going to have a full season of Simon Edvinson.
He's your second line defenseman now, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. You're going to have a full season of Patrick Kane instead of just the last month and a half of these guys. Yeah. And you've got guys to supplement. Like Soderblom, you know he's damn near ready to be an NHL player. Jonathan Berggren, every time he steps into the NHL, he scores goals. He's ready to be an NHL player. You've got Wallander and Johansson, who are both on the precipice of becoming NHL players. Like, these guys are ready to go. So you don't need to sign guys just to sign guys. You have dudes coming up ready to go. Do I think they need to make another veteran to bring in? Yes, I do. Do I think Steve Yzerman's going to do it? Yes, I do. I think he's going to make a trade like we saw last year. I saw Taylor Shantz in the Woodward Sports Chat. Remember, we didn't get to Brinkett until July 10th last year. So, it's all right. It's going to happen. He's going to bring somebody in, but you've got guys in your system ready to go. Simon Edvinson's a stud, and he's going to be here all year next year. I'd take that over Gostafir. Yeah. Patrick Kane is a stud, and he is going to be here all year next year. I'd take that over, who are you worried about, Daniel Sprong? Like, this is what we're doing now. We have guys that we re-signed that were difference makers.
There's no learning curve for the young guys, though? Like, we plugged them in and we're straight to the playoffs?
Yeah.
All right.
We were in the playoffs last year. If we had this team right
We
now
were close, yeah.
with Cam Talbot makes the playoffs last year.
That I agree with 100%. Which DMAC kind of circles back. Can you tell me this? Because when you pull up the Wings cap table and you look at, there are 4 goalies right now that are on this roster. Husso, Lyon, Jack Campbell, Cam Talbot. You said it was the competition thing. I just wonder, DMAC, okay, but what's the exit? There's got to be an exit plan for 2 of these guys. And my guess is the 2 guys that there's going to be exit plans on are Husso and Lyon. That's my guess.
That's the writing on the wall.
Okay. Your best guess, DMAC, the thought process behind that.
Well, I think the thought process is I gotta solidify that there's a question mark in not if Alex Lyon can do it for a short period of time, but for a long period of time. And that, to me, it tells me that they're closer in Steve's mind to being the playoff team. But he's going to more so go with or give the opportunity to the younger guys who have obviously proved either in Grand Rapids or with the cup of coffees that they've had with the Wings in the direction, because he's got to re-sign. The money this year's got to go, and I don't think he's done either, but it's got to go to Sider, it's got to go to Raymond, and these guys have earned in his mind that competition, but he needs a guy that's been there before that you can say, okay, win me a game or get me in the playoffs, and he believes that's Cam Talbot.
Yeah.
That's what Stevie's talking, or Jack Campbell that have been number ones. Jack Campbell's been number 1 in Toronto. That's, facing the fire or whatever like this. So to me, it's solidified. The thing that it reverts back to is when you listen, if you care, and this is to the 40% that are on the Iser plan, right, is the fact that he's not sacrificing making a move or a couple moves just to make the playoffs in order to be questioning whether you're going to make it the year after.
Mm-hmm.
This is foundational. And I know Tony in the chat, it's 6 years and I'm getting impatient. Well, the game has changed. And if you want to realistically look at it, you have to take the books into account. And he had to get the books right first for the first 2 or 3 years or whatever. This is the only way that he's figured out with doing it with Tampa before in the evolution of the game. It has to be done this way to do it right. I understand that, as I just waited 2.5 years to do my new cannabis deal, right? It had to be patience to do it right. So for everybody who cares, let the man cook, right? I don't think he's done, but this tells me that the goaltending that he had tells me the question mark to Husso. We don't know if he's healthy or not. This tells me he's not, right? So really it's more of a 3-man battle, and we know that they're accustomed to carrying 3 goalies. Yeah. So that might be the case too. So who knows what's happening, but the goaltending you have now is more sustainable to make you a playoff team than last year. So look at that you've upgraded there. And
I see Sue Yu in the Woodward Sports chat says Soderblom is more overripe mid-bum wings. We need a more scoring 30-plus dog wing. We have four 30-plus goal scorers on this team right now, with Raymond, Kane, DeBrincat, and Larkin. Do you need 6 30-goal scorers? Is that what you're asking out of this guy? Like, we've got goal scoring on this team. We've got our top line guys. Like, what else do you guys want? Do you want us to be the 2002 Red Wings again? Like, sorry, you can't. You literally can't do that anymore.
Literally can't.
Hey, tell me the bad. There's one bad contract that's glaring that Steve Yzerman has signed, and that's Justin Hall.
Yeah.
Is there another one? Am I missing it?
Doesn't appear that way.
People could argue the Petrie.
Okay,
Yeah,
Petrie too.
situation.
But wasn't he what he was? Would you expect him to be?
Yeah, he did fall off quickly, but everyone.
So again, he's not perfect, but there's a plan to his matter, and it doesn't matter. Like, why? It's we are here right now. Where are we going further? I mean, It's like bringing up the past of how you get. Like, do you think there's going to be a change? They're not out of any of these sports teams. Steve Eisman's not going anywhere, so you might as well either drive yourself nuts and sit here and complain, or try to figure out the path that he's going. Yeah. Let's just wait and see. Like I said, maybe this conversation's too early.
Woodward Sports chat thread. The Ski Mask Boy, Ghost is gone to Carolina. Yes, I know, Ski Mask Boy. I'm telling you, when I gave the choice to Spenny, here today, if the game were starting at 7 and you had to pick between the two players right now today, Ghost or Edvinson?
Edvinson. It's not close.
It's not close, right? Well, Ghost cost almost $4 million. Edvinson cost $800,000. You see what I'm saying?
Same
Ghost
production.
had, 50 points last year? I think, something like that. I bet Edvinson's around 45 next year.
For a quarter of the price.
Yep.
You see it? This is part of it now, guys. Mm-hmm. I know it's been a while since we've been, awake for Red Wings hockey. Yeah. I know it has been. Yeah. But this is part of it. Those are the wins that people aren't talking about that are there. That's why I believe in it. And for the linear granular crowd, there's been improvement every single year. They miss the playoffs by 90. I see here. You want to boil it all back down? I can't believe it then. I don't believe it today, and I won't believe it tomorrow. That people are going to dictate a man's regime to this point based on 90 seconds, to the point where if they made what if they had made the playoffs this year and got cooked by the Rangers?
That's what everybody wanted.
Yeah, well, fans would have felt better. That's,
over 90 seconds. Yeah. That. Okay, this is going to be tone. Chock full of tone, everybody. So just get ready for it. Please explain to me how 90 seconds are going to determine whether or not you think a man is a total failure or a total success. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Somebody explain it to me. Someone in the chat, because you're out there, because I've seen you today. Please explain to me how if they would have made the playoffs last year, then all of a sudden, let's go, Hockey Town, we're back. Explain it to me. And it's very clear what they're doing. He's doing the same thing he's done since he's been here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ghost is gone. Edvinson's coming in for a quarter of the money, and he's better. Why is it? Why am I? Maybe the problem's me. Why do I not understand this? Why? Why do I not understand where the people are? DMAC, KG, somebody help me. You're my friends. Help me. Why can't I understand where these people are coming from?
It's the drought. It's the hunger. Just point blank.
Okay.
And people feel like maybe Stevie hasn't taken enough risk in order to get him past that point. But if he's building it the right way, to me, I'm cool with that. But 6 years, people are going to get impatient.
Okay. I understand that. But just your Edvinson Ghost comparison right there.
Yeah.
If that's a philosophy, is that not a winning philosophy?
It appears that way to me.
Have they not gotten better every single step of the way? Then what's everybody freaking out about? I know it's more sexy, right? You'll get that on other networks around town. He's a failure. 5 years on the job. Yeah. Except when he walks in on day one, you got Franz Nielsen making $6 million a year, and Jimmy Howard making $5 million, and Abdelkader,
Spartan Dog,
making $5 million a year. I won't understand it. Yeah. Rad Dad Scott, Neil, you're speaking to the people still stuck in a no cap space era. They want instant results today.
Yeah. Just impatience at this point.
I don't help me, you guys. The Shaquille O'Neal oatmeal. Now you're just being delusional, Neil. No, I'm being factual. I just laid out an example for you. So you're the person I'm talking to right now. Help me understand your perspective. I'll listen. I'll read it. Put it out there. All right. Tell them about Premier Pet Supply, Spenny.
Premier Pet Supply. Time here. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years with 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Neil Rule here for shop.woodwardsports.com. That's right. Get all the best Detroit sports wearables, anchored by the very best shirt in the T-shirt game, the Boo Them Kids shirt.
Boo Them Kids.
We need you wearing it. Week 1, Lions-Rams. That'll be a great opportunity to boo kids, I was told.
It will.
Because that's what we do in this city. We're founded on booing kids.
Mm-hmm.
All right? The automotive industry and booing kids.
Yep.
That's what it is, everybody.
We buried Jimmy Hoffa and we booed them kids.
And we boo them kids. Shop.woodwardsports.com, the best in Detroit sports wearables. All right, we're keeping it pushing. I'm looking for some help. Woodward Sports, Neil Rule, Phil. Every time, Neil, shouting people down, aggressive, accusatory language. Use a formula taught in debate class.
No,
Phil.
You're right. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
No, Phil. I'm having a hard time understanding how you can't grasp the concept of reality. I laid it out. D-Mac, did I miss anything?
No. I mean, you just... I don't know.
Accusatory language.
It's just such soft behavior.
Maybe we need flannel to decipher.
Not everybody's going to agree with your opinion. If you don't want people to disagree with your opinion, then don't fucking say it. Like, quit being soft.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
We got a super chat from Burn, $5. Ken Holland literally told everyone 8 to 10 years for a rebuild as his excuse for not wanting to start the rebuild when we needed it 15 years ago.
Well, that's a different discussion. You know what he walked into here, and that's fine. Just a fan. Neil has to use his gifts. Tone, and tone. Is it a gift? It seems like a curse, D-Mac.
Feels good.
It's a little bit of both.
Where's Mike G when you need him?
Yeah. I mean, you got on because of your tone. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
But no.
Cowering. I'm cowering. No, I don't have time for stupidity, and I don't want to yell at anybody. So
right.
Philly, you sound really soft.
It's one of those things you obviously don't have the mental capacity to understand the translation of what he's trying to do, and it's about sacrificing right now to appease the masses to whatever, get in the playoffs. Don't you remember that dog shit at the end, making the playoffs just to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
So a lot of you don't remember that. Well, we lived through it. He lived through it. Then he did it again and figured it out. This is the only way and the best way to do it. And if you're a real fan and a diehard fan, it's like doing it the way the Lions are. These are your guys that you drafted that are coming in to help your organization. So what they're telling you is the people that they have more faith in than the people that they spend money on. They're just not out there.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't mean he's not trying to make a trade or here. Like whose fault is it? Steve Eisenman's fault that Jacob Truman married a nurse like I did and they want to have a career and he's worried about, his wife? No, God bless him. But did you think you'd have that conversation when you're trying to trade for a guy? No, it's just the way that life happens. So you adjust and you move on. But the bottom line is the foundation. So I guarantee is when you do, like he said, make the playoffs, we're going on another run of making the playoffs and getting better. But you're still levels away. Like people are talking like you're a Stanley Cup contender. You're not even you're trying to make the playoffs. There's still levels to this stuff.
And to go on your point, that's would probably be my next question as I'm just trying to get educated. But would you, once he finally does make the playoffs, let's say we be patient, they field a team that makes the playoffs. Is there a sense of urgency to where, okay, we waited this long, it can't just be a playoff appearance, it has to be we win a series? Like, you get what I'm saying?
I mean, like, I see where people like in that linear thinking feel that way.
Yeah.
But again, you get in the playoffs, if you're playing Florida, you winning?
No.
Then
Not
how
at
can
this
that be an
point.
expectation?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're not getting to Florida this year.
Yeah.
Maybe even next year. But whatever. That being damned, I just want to know, I guess here's what it all boils down to. All of it, D-Mac. Everybody's outraged about the free agency. So my question is, who? D-Mac, who? Like, again.
That's what I'm telling you.
Am I interested in Elias Lindholm at 7 years, $55 million? I'm not. When he's getting off that contract when he's 37. I'm not. This is all just Stamkos, right?
It is.
Right? It's literally
Has
just
anybody looked and
Stamkos.
see who's up next year?
I mean, I can do that.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like it's a bigger plan. It's not. Here's the thing. I can understand the ire of not doing something if you were close. If you were the Lions and you expected to be in the conference championship.
Adam Kerr in the Woodward Sports Chat right now. He says, spend money next summer when Draisaitl, Rantanen, and Marner are all available.
I have a hard time believing that Draisaitl is ever going to make it to free agency. But whatever. I'll say that.
But what I'm saying, to your point, Neil, who's the guy? The guy isn't out there unless it's to be traded for. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole thing is you got to understand.
John Tavares next year. Jamie Benn.
Oh, God.
Bring him home.
No,
that's just this
That's
guy,
the only
man.
person I won't bring home.
Bring him home. Mikko Rantanen's out there.
Yep.
Nicholas Backstrom, he's 38.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's got to be 40.
Sidney Crosby, bring him home.
No.
Leon Draisaitl, Brent Burns. Okay.
Also, probably he's got to be like 30, 33,
40.
34.
He's 40 right now.
Jesus. Damn, let's sign Jumbo Joe, too.
Aaron Ekblad.
I did see that. I would not mind Ekblad, that's for sure.
He'd be 29. He's going to get the bank, no doubt.
Ekblad's going to get, probably.
Jeff Petrie, keep your guys.
Bring them home.
Literally. It's just like, all right, here's the deal on it. And D-Mac, this is crossing over NBA, NHL. Like, are you noticing a theme here? Like, when guys get to free agency, they're 30. All right? So, if it's going to be the guy, you're going to have to get to the top of the line. Hope is undefeated. Hope sells. You look at the deals that these guys are signing, even in the NHL. Like, here's my thing about it, D-Mac. And I think maybe this is why Yzerman is doing it the way he's doing it. To get a top-tier free agent, you have to sign them till they're like 38. You have to sign essentially Miggy deals.
Yeah.
How many 38-year-olds, 37-year-olds are out there skating around in the NHL at a high level right now?
Not a lot.
How many? Crosby's still pretty good, right? Crosby was good last year. He's good when he plays.
For sure.
But he's not so few of them.
Yeah.
And I guess
those are all-time greats when you talk
you know
about
what
it.
I'm saying?
Well, Crosby does it. Oh, Chelios was pretty good when he was 40. Like, these are all-time
You're going
greats.
back like 30 years and naming dudes.
Right.
So I guess, D-Mac, that's the thing to me is I think people are forgetting that when you sign these dudes now, you have to sign them till they're 38. Honest to God, D-Mac, and he was a great player in this league. Steven Stamkos was a great player in this league. At 38 years old, at $8 million, I'm not interested at all.
That's how you end up with an Alfredson or a Mike Modano, like the contracts that the Red Wings did sign. That these old guys that used to be fantastic players that just weren't that anymore. Do I think Stamkos is going to be Alfredson next year? No, but when he's 38, is he going to be the Steven Stamkos that was hoisting cups? No, it's just not feasible.
Yeah.
You tell me, D-Mac, am I crazy here with that line of thought?
No, not at all, because it goes to exactly what Dante's 151 in the Super Chat says. Do people want to make multiple playoff appearances where the Red Wings are actually good? Question mark. I want that instead of making the playoffs once and trash again for multiple years. Yeah. Come on.
Shout out.
That's what Stevie's telling you. Just listen when he talks. It's just, and it's unfortunately because he couldn't figure out a better way to do it. And if we got a little bit luckier, maybe in the draft, things would have gone differently. But, they're doing it the right way. And it's sort of, they believe in the guys that they've drafted. That's the development of things, right? That's what they're telling you. The guys out there aren't worth the money. The guys that they have under contract that they've drafted are going to get the opportunity. Because why? What if they work out, right? What if they work out? Then look at the situation you're in going into free agency or whatever next year, right? Then you're a whole different. So that's worth the gamble, isn't it? Because of where you're at.
100%.
Other teams are trying to get better around you by paying guys and stretching that cap. Stevie's trying to do it from within because of where you're at. And if you can get there being where you're at now, look at how much more, like you said, the salary cap is your ammunition and your arsenal that you've already got these guys under contract. To me, not going out and signing somebody just absolutely solidifies that the big contracts for Mo Seider and Lucas Reimer are coming. And that's what we want, isn't it? So if you look at it on a bigger picture, they now have goaltending that I think can get you in the playoffs.
So I guess it circles back to this too. Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there as well. Jeff Olson would have really liked Matt Roy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have hated Matt Roy. Yeah. No.
IT Hips had a good one too. Neil, I get the Stamkos take, but they could have signed a player like Brandon Montour, who is getting $7 million a year. He had the most ice time on the Stanley Cup winning Panthers.
Yeah, 7 years for $50 million, man. And he's 30.
Got Mo Seider.
Yeah, we're signing our guys to those contracts. When you guys see...
Do you want Montour at 30 for $7 million a year, still for 7 more years, or do you want Seider for 9?
When we see Seider sign an 8-year contract and Raymond sign an 8-year contract, we're getting our guys for those contracts. We're not being Nashville going out and getting other guys for that contract.
And to circle it all back, here's my question. Did it almost seem desperate? If we're going to go real granular here, all right? And I know we're going to lose some people on this one because we just want to come on and say we should have signed Stamkos. Stevie's a failure. But all right, let's flip that then. Does these moves by the Predators, they reek of desperation to me?
Yeah, but they're in that spot. They're in the desperation spot with the Forsbergs and the Cerro, like the McDonoughs who are. More at the end of their career.
Like Forsberg's pushing 30.
This is their time.
This is it. They got to make their move right now. And either it's going to work or it's going to fail, and they got to tear it down. But if it does fail, guess what they're going to have? A 38-year-old Steven Stamkos making $8 million.
Alan W. No spending. My problem is we aren't signing our guys. Qualifying offers to Raymond and I will put it on my life that both of those guys get signed. Like, come on, you don't think they're going to sign Raymond and Seider? Come on, man. Like, it hasn't happened yet, but it's definitely going to happen. Those guys are going to be Red Wings for a long time.
Ski Mask Boy, Seider at $8 million AAV is okay. Oh, it's going to be more than 8. Just so everybody knows.
Raymond will be around 8.
Yeah, Raymond will be 8.
They should do Raymond right now because he's going to score 40 goals next year, and that'll bump it up to 9 if we wait.
So, yeah, I mean, that's what it is. And that's gonna eat up a chunk of money, man. It just is. So I don't know. I guess we just have a difference in opinion, man, that I'm not gonna get past.
There's 2 camps here.
I'm not interested in really any of those names.
Would you rather sign a 34-year-old or a 32-year-old to an 8-year contract or these 25-year-olds?
You know the answer to that question.
Like
it's very, very simple.
They're our guys. We're gonna sign our guys first.
Let's take the break.
But I do. Don't get me wrong. In all of this, I want us to trade for Trouba really bad. And Juice has put it in the chat. I think that's holding up the Trouba trade.
His wife's residency.
His wife's residency. So I'm almost positive that's going to happen too. And God, that would make me so happy. Trouba and Edvinsson as that second pairing, they would kill people. Like, it would be so violent out there. I would love it.
There you go. So the moral of the story is it's not over, and I don't understand the outrage, D-Mac. I guess I didn't get any closure. I don't understand the outrage.
But you never.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you never do, Neil.
Right.
I don't understand it either, and it's time to let them cook. Sit back and wait. Again, can we, for all the naysayers, can we wait, a few weeks to have this conversation? For anybody else who wants positive news, newly selected Hall of Famer Pavel Datsyuk was on the ice today for the developmental camp down at the Belfort at LCA. So that's always good to see the boys around.
You still got the mitts going?
Of course he does.
Never lose that.
Of course he does. He never lose that.
No, absolutely. You never lose when you work out at Planet Fitness, by the way, either. You never lose because you're getting in shape. You're making moves towards your fitness goals. You're doing what you want to do in your life. And you're also winning because you're not paying a ton of money. Black Card membership, still $24.99 a month, everybody. And that's it. Get you access to over 50 Metro Detroit locations. Get you access to over 2,600 Planet Fitnesses around the world. You're here, you're down in Florida, you're out in California. Wherever you are, there's a Planet Fitness by you. I know from experience, everybody. I'll never be a member at another gym. Never. A, I don't want to pay $80, $90, $100 a month because a place has a rock wall. A, that's why. B, they have everything I need. And C, the locations are convenient, and I can just get in and get my work done. Spencer Raxter's in there. What are we on today, Spenny?
Shoulders.
Shoulder day for Spenny. That's aggressive.
Shoulders, baby.
Pants,
Yeah.
shoes, shoulders, chest.
Wipe them
hands,
down, everybody,
shoes.
just like you're done with the treadmill at Planet Fitness. But again, go to planetfitness.com. Join there. It's the best gym in the gym game. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
This summer, Dispo Dispensary is turning up the heat with amazing giveaways and exclusive offers. Enter for a chance to win a signed football jersey and helmet from your favorite sports team. Screenshot this image with the QR code, bring it into one of our locations to get scanned, and you'll get free $10 to spend in store. This will automatically qualify you for the giveaway. Dispo Dispensary. Visit today, disposhops.com.
All right. Keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, D-Mac, KG, Spencer Raxter in the house. We're going to be joined by our guy, Dr. Jeff Pierce, coming up in about 10 minutes or so. So we'll wrap about the injury life and all that kind of stuff and see what's going on. John Yu from Pro Sports Zone. We are going to talk some Lions. Memorabilia. You guys got memorabilia questions, whatever. John, you our guy, is going to join us.
Sensation.
Yeah, that's right. We got some Tigers news, by the way.
Oh, really?
My buddy just sent this to me. Tigers right-hander Casey Mize will be placed on the injured list with a left hamstring strain, according to AJ Hinch.
More
his
holes.
appearance on MLB Network Radio.
More holes in the boat.
And somebody earlier, and don't think I missed this. I forgot who it was, and I should have wrote it down. Don't think I missed this, but I saw it when I was kind of talking about Al Avila.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, you're talking about the Al Avila that got you Reese Olson, Riley Green, and Tarek Skubal." Yeah, he's also the same Al Avila that 1-1 got you Spencer Torkelson and Casey Mize. And it's about time to start referring to it like that.
Yeah.
A book needs to be written about the fall off of Spencer Torkelson.
Yeah.
Because I'll never understand. I need a 30 for 30,
it's bad.
a book, something. And Spencer has it in there because I just wanted to, and look, I know this is going to be a quick topic because I know D-Mac's reaction to this. Spencer asked the question, and the reason I did it now is because I saw that news about Casey Mize.
Mm-hmm.
D-Mac, are the Tigers dead? I know that they're dead to you, like for this season.
Dead,
I know.
Mm-hmm.
But is it worse than we think?
Well, they're not, technically they're not dead. They're in a coma. I expect them to reappear at some point. Dr. Scott Harris is on call, but you know what? We've put you into that long sleep. We need you to get that long rest or whatever like that. It's not the end of the world, right? To me, the Pistons situation,
they're in a worse spot.
Starting maybe to clear up a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's more conversation. The biggest thing is what happened to Torque, what happened to all these guys. But I like Scott Harris, and it's more of the Tigers are in a coma. They're sleeping right now. We put them for a long sleep. Or
slumber?
if you'd like, they're on a Mars trip. So they had to go into deep space sleep or whatever like that. But they will come back at some point. I haven't lost faith in Scott Harris yet.
4 years
It's
from
just going to be a long time. You know what I'm saying? So they're not dead. They're in a coma.
FJ 1967 says no ownership is in a coma. You're showing
No,
Coco.
Yeah, right. Hey, spend something.
Hey, are you there? Are you there?
Yeah, it's
Red Wings fan club. Can't expect them to bat 1,000, Neil, as you say about other GMs. What if you have 1,000 picks and you only get 3 right? I could literally do that with a dartboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like line up the picks and I could just throw a dart across the room at it and have the same hit rate.
Yeah.
So that's where I am with that. Yeah. But Spenny, I think you answered the question too. This was a bad storm for the Tigers this year. Like the way this all shook out on the field, and then you throw in Spenny's Bally's dealio. Because I should have addressed this more when you said it when we opened the show. There was apathy in your voice when you talked about the Bally's thing.
Yeah.
Because you are.
I want to watch
Yeah,
them.
Spenny, you are me.
Yeah.
You, your dad, me, a lot of you out there, D-Mac, everybody. I watch them every day to some degree, except for this weekend. I was busy working, but I kept up on my phone, shook my head, and then moved on. But Spenny, you parlay that into it, and then right or wrong, this whole developing Craig Monroe story. Like it's been
it's bad.
It's been a bad season for the Tigers on the field, off the field, in the boardroom, all of it. And I don't know, but I will say this, KG. I guess I can ask you the question.
Yeah.
Because you know where I stood coming into this.
Yeah.
I wasn't going for it the way you guys were all going for it. And I'm not saying, "Hey, look at you. Now look at us." No, I'm not doing that.
Thank you. That's all I want.
I'm not doing that. Like that's not what it is.
It was easy to fall into the trap, I guess.
100%. But I think, and I thought it was going to be worse than most people thought.
Yeah.
I think it's even worse than I thought.
No, big facts. I'm worried going forward, and that's not to say I don't. Yeah, it's not to say I don't have faith in Scott Harris, but just with how bad this offense is, how bad some of your young players are that we found out really are, I think it's a tad worse than what we thought going in. I do. So
I think it's a lot worse.
Yeah.
Like if you go across, the organization right now, what's the answer at third base?
None. They don't have one. Maybe Jace Young, but that's still yet to be seen.
What's the answer? What's the answer at second base?
There isn't one really.
What's the answer at shortstop?
Definitely there isn't one. We ain't got a shortstop down the pipe at all. So
what are we doing here? Akil Baddou's still on the team.
He is. And there's just so many holes with this team, man. There's a lot more holes than I thought going into this thing, man. So yeah, it's worse than what we projected. Absolutely.
D-Mac, am I selling fear here?
No.
Or are you vibe with me at all?
Reality.
No. There's no clear way out of it.
Well, there is, and they're telling us it's youth. They're telling us it's have patience, and it's the same message but different from a new
messenger,
from a new guy. So they're looking for the time, and they're looking for we're changing the pitching, and we got takes time to get through the system, and these are our guys, not Al's guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I know, but D-Mac, and that's fine. But every sampling I've had of the young guys has been a colossal disaster.
Yeah.
But it's not their young guys. It's the ones that have been there. So that's what they're.
Well, I was told it's the same GM that brought you Skubal and Riley Green and Reese Olson. I was told that earlier.
Defending Al is
there.
crazy. It's crazy. It was way more bad than good with Al.
But it's just, again.
Yeah. But even if, the young guys down the pipe, that's still another 3 to 4 years out, and we don't even know how they'll be at the MLB level. So that's why I think it's worse than what it is, because I thought there was a direction or like a clear-cut direction, and it just doesn't seem like they'll be able to get this fixed anytime soon.
I don't know, man. Like, it's awful.
It sucks. The most, like... The best look we have are guys that are in single A, like McConkel and Max Clark are like the two guys that are like, all right.
Okay, and just to give you a frame of reference, you know what other organizations say that exact same thing right now? The White Sox,
yeah,
the Marlins,
yep,
the A's,
the
Sacramento,
and that's what we are. That's how Harris wanted to build this. Is like. The Giants or like the Rays, you know, it wasn't going to be a Red Sox or a Yankees type of organization. We're going to be like the Giants, where if we hit gold and everything, the perfect storm, we'll be good for a couple years and then we'll fall off a little bit again. Then we hit the perfect storm again, we're good for a couple years and then we fall off a little bit. That's what it's going to be like if Scott Harris if it's his way.
Ryan's reaction, you can tell Neil's favorite Detroit team is the Tigers. I would say this. I put the most time into the Tigers.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to run it as a business, D-Mac, I know you put, even, like, you say you're out, but don't tell me when you fire up the car and the game's on. I know you're listening, man. Don't lie to me, D-Mac.
No, technically,
he said
I
he
haven't
wasn't.
been.
Yeah.
I've been podcasting and listening to Cornette and all that other stuff because I just not even.
So you are out.
I'm out.
You're still watching Sunday Night Baseball, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm out on the Tigers.
Yeah.
I'm not out on baseball. No,
dork.
there's some, there's some actually good baseball teams out there.
Yeah.
I love the fact the other day I saw Carl Yastrzemski throw the first pitch out to his grandson Mike Yastrzemski in San Francisco. To me, that's the baseball stuff.
Ryan's reaction, it makes me feel bad for Neil. Spenny, are they the team that you put the most time into? The
Tigers?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're all summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you like do you listen? Like, how are you keeping up with them?
I'll listen to Dan. But I mean, not much. I really haven't been. I've been trying to listen to him on the radio, on the app and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like a boomer just sitting there listening to my radio. It's tough. But I wish I could watch it because I'll watch the Tigers every day.
Rack sticking up for you, D-Mac. Sunday night's game was great. Rangers versus Orioles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Was that the game Wyatt Langford hit for the cycle?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Torqued it into
and then you got to look at that. You got to look at him hitting for the cycle, and then it's like, okay, Max Clark.
Is he a rookie?
Kevin McGonigal. Okay, yeah, okay.
I played for LSU a year ago.
Ski Mask Boy says, all you guys do is Lions. We haven't talked about the Lions in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, seriously. Not for real. Yeah. We might have touched here and there, but.
Stick around, Ski Mask Boy. Our guy John Hughes coming on in about 10 minutes. All right, then let's go Red Wings Party. I'll do it in the voice for you. Let's go Red Wings Party. Tune in to the Tone and the Nerd Show from 11 to 1. It's Tone and the Nerd. You like that one, D-Mac?
I do.
Tone
and the Nerve.
Tone and the Nerd. Tone and the Nerd. Tone and the Nerd. 11 to 1, Woodward Sports Network. Detroit's #1 sports network. Get the baby crying and stuff like that. AJ Hinch is the problem with the Tigers. Jay, what's the answer at second base? What's the answer at shortstop? What's the answer at third? What's the answer in center field? What's the answer at catcher? I'm running out of positions here, Jay.
Yeah. And he hasn't been perfect, but he's patching holes, people. Like, what do you expect?
AJ Hinch is, again, this is like the Bickerstaff thing with the Pistons. That thing is so far off, so far down on the list of issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man. I don't get it. I'm not understanding it. Tell me about Swiss Insurance, D-Mac.
Absolutely. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance reviewed. Swiss Insurance will make sure your carrier is not slipping in any extra fees. Call my buddy Mark today, Swiss Insurance, 313-530-1698, or go to SwissINS.com.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? Well, you expand and you offer more products to more people. Exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. LesStanford.com, Les Stanford Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, everybody, back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, and of course we have KG, Spencer Raxter, in the building, and it is Tuesday here on Big D Energy. And of course, we are joined by our guy, Dr. Jeff Pierce, the Michigan Sports and Spine Center. And Doc, before we get into what I had a question about that I wanted to ask you, the theory, and this is totally surprising you on this, so my apologies in advance.
No, I love it.
But we've been talking about free agency and NHL free agency. And you've been around, professional athletes that were up there in age and all that kind of stuff. My whole stance on all of this is in the NHL, people are flipped out about Stamkos, and the Red Wings didn't get him. And I said, I'm not in the business of $32 million, $8 million a year to, at the time, will be a 38-year-old guy. Because if this game is predicated on speed, how many guys are flying around the rink at age 38 making $8 million right now? There's not many. You can count them probably on one hand. The movement in free agency, signing these guys longer term to longer ages and stuff like that, I get why the players are doing it. But just like, are we that far advanced now to where it can be done more and more often? Because I'm not seeing it, Doc. I'm not seeing it. Am I crazy? Tell me your interpretation of this.
Well, let's just label it the Brady factor.
Okay.
Maybe the Brady factor is chiming in. Because Brady, when you listen to him, he is a regimented man who, that's why he does what he got to where he was. He sustained it. I think a lot of players right now that are at that, am I done? Am I over the hill? I think they're paying more attention to the preventative factor. Now, there's no such thing as the Brady factor. I may be coining it right now, but I think what he's done, he's mapping out, guys, this is what I did. This is what I'm doing. It's 24/7. So you take a Kane or you take a Stamkos, these guys are looking at the same thing. I'm healthy. I want to play. My mental head is saying I'm still wanting to play. I don't want to give it up, and I still have something to offer. So there's two ways to look at it. One is, he's an amazing person to have in that locker room, what Darren can talk about all day long. The Red Wings were older and were still winning. They mixed in. Scotty Bowman was a champ at mixing players in for different reasons. Stamkos isn't there to score 80 goals. He's there to train the young guys and set an example in that locker room, which I think is very valuable to a young team like the Red Wings. I mean, when you look at Yzerman and what happened there and bringing in some of the, bringing in Chelios. Chelios was an older player at the time, and he had good years on him. And Chelly's another Brady factor where, I watched this guy work out front row.
D-Max talks about it all the time. Yeah.
It's just a different level of commitment. I mean, that's why he's whatever, Captain America. But to answer your question, our science is better, our nutrition is better, everything's better. If you want to commit to it, all those things are there for the player to take. And a Stamkos or a Kane, they're willing to do that, to commit. Is that? No,
it does. But see, like, and you're right, because that's kind of what I've come to find. Like, we're in an age of marketing and marketing ploys and all that kind of stuff. But see, like, to me, the Brady effect is misguided, because everything he's done in his life, everything he put in his body, every meal he ate, there was a total sellout to the game. Total sellout. Like nutrition, workout regimen, all of it. His existence was to play football in his 40s. Nobody else is like that. Nobody. Well, very few.
But I guarantee you, over the years, you're going to see a larger number of guys playing later years.
Okay.
Because of the knowledge of what we're doing. And you have to have good luck, right? You can't get injured. I mean, nobody wants to be injured. I mean, Brady was fortunate, didn't have any major injuries. I don't think Stamkos has had a major injury. But a lot of these guys and how they recover and how they commit. But it is a 24/7 job, and that's what they want to do. Is it really? I think you can get by with a little less than 24/7. I mean, Brady's a phenom that just, kicked it out of the stadium all the time. But there's other guys that are looking, and just like what Kobe said about Michael, right? Kobe said, I looked at Michael, what he did. I wanted to be him. I wanted to be his size. I wanted to work out. I did all that. They're watching the guys above. There's guys right now watching what Brady's done, watching what the greats have done in every one. And they're learning. The learning curve, we're evolving to that level. So the nutrition, the medicine, everything's, we're light years ahead of what we were even 10 years ago as far as from a nutritional and peptides. And I keep talking about secret sauces and things like that. All that stuff's real. When you talk about an injury that used to take 6 months and now we're down to 3 to 4 months, that's a big difference on the body and recovery and longevity, for sure.
D-Mac, I mean, you tell the story. Chris Chelios, because people were referencing Chelios in the chat right now. Chelios was one of those guys, right?
No, 100%. You got coming in the morning, because I was the first one there, and he do the desert ride, which is riding the stationary bike in the sauna.
Yeah,
we all got in it. What it is like with the culture and getting on point. So when you're talking about older guys or a Patrick Kane or whatever, there's a way to learn how to become a pro, and different guys you lean on, you flock to, whether it's in the locker room, whether it's, they have dietitians, they have, chefs on duty all the time. You are set up for success, and all you have to do is follow in line. And it's a lot of the veteran guys to show you the way or how they've done it and what they've done to avoid injuries and to obtain longevity. Because Doc, talk about preventative. Preventative is even more, people don't realize preventative, right? Putting yourself in a position to not get that major injury.
Right. I mean, he's a smart player. Like Larry Allen was the classic, the professor.
Yeah.
He saw everything happen before it happened. I mean, that's a teachable moment for everybody else watching. It's like, how did you see that? What's going on? I remember back in the day, it's like, how does Igor see the whole ice developing before it develops? Like he's watching from above, but being actually in it.
But when it goes to preparation, because that's where the old school and the plyometrics and the jumps and because at the size when you talk to him, but he was as physically fit as anybody, and that's the importance of. That's what you got to learn, right?
Yeah.
And you learn more. But today's day and age, it's more or less falling in line, and you will learn because it's set up for success. Where we had more free time and had to be more disciplined. But that's why you needed the Eisermans and the Drapers and the Lidstroms and whatever. You just follow them around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like you say, Drapes, Lindstrom, those guys had a regimen they followed. And it was just so smooth. It wasn't like force. It was just, that was their routine. So to answer your big question, I just feel like I'm saying, I'm quoting, I think there's going to be more guys with longer careers that are paying attention. And there's more guys aware of it. Just like while I'm watching high school sports. These high school players are more educated about what they should be doing than ever in my 25 plus years of doing this.
No, talking with Dr. Jeff Pierce here, the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, as we do our injury insider, which I guess he's the de facto free agency insider, certainly NHL free agency insider. And this just kind of came to fruition here. It wasn't the intended topic, but it intrigues me because, again, does the market factor that in now? Just into, like, I know why. Like, if you look at like Miguel Cabrera, Albert Pujols, when those deals were signed, those organizations knew, or at least highly suspected, that you're paying a tax. That 38-year-old season or 39-year-old season when they're making $40 million, you're not going to get value out of that. But that's the market. That's what they have to pay. So, I mean, are we even seeing that though? That anticipated, I guess. If you're saying it, I'm sure there's a lot of medical people. Their medical people are saying it as well. Are we seeing a trend to that where you will see longer and longer careers?
Well,
and it's not the NFL,
you're
right?
talking two different things. The contract is a business deal.
Right.
How to get them in the cap, the salary cap, all that stuff, and spread it out. They're paying them for their glory years. Their distant years are going to be, are they helping in the locker room? Are they positive? They're not expecting, like a Cabrera to put up 40, 50 home runs in his later years. They know that. That was just a math problem for them. But, I mean, for now, like Kane, when you talk about marketing, how many Kane jerseys were bought versus some of the other players? It's something that put people in the stands. I mean, not to talk the business end, but guys like that will put people in the stands also to go watch them. So, these guys will be more productive. Are they going to be productive like a hotshot 20-year-old coming out of? No, those guys are got more productive 10 years than the older guys. That's not going to change, but the productivity, and the game is different. Like a lot of players that I've dealt with at a professional level, they've changed their game. I mean, even like Darren, you're smarter on the ice. You're not going through the lines. You're not punching right through. Like in football, I'm going to be a little bit smarter as a quarterback. I'm not going to run every play. I'm going to be able to get rid of the ball quicker. I mean, there's factors that the aging player can come in with that's going to help the team also. So that mental toughness, and like you said, they're an example. They're a set example. And the mental toughness, I mean, we saw a 21-year-old not have mental toughness just this past weekend in golf. I mean, sports psychologists, it's funny, like not to jump to golf, but that was a mental breakdown. And the commentator, who was an old golfer, he admitted he had someone on the side to help him. Back in the day when he was doing it, nobody admitted to that.
Right.
So now it's like, it's part of the team. I got my sports psychologist and stuff like that. So that mental toughness is irreplaceable.
And that is something I want to do a future, one of our future segments on that, on the, how that has developed, the mental side of all of it. The stakes are higher than they've ever been.
Oh, yeah.
The pressure's higher than it's ever been. And you do see people fold from time to time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like Roy folded. I mean, Roy had to take a step away. And I mean, it's just, like they say, Tiger Woods would actually like get into a trance before, like nothing happens. Or I heard the story about Jack Nicklaus, he's in the middle of a putt on 18 to win it, and his hat flies off. It's like nothing happened. He made the putt still. It's just, take the nerves and turn it to a positive, or you turn it to a negative. Nerves mean that you care about what's going on. So
pressure is a privilege, Doc.
Pressure is a privilege.
You always perform under the pressure. So
I think so. You always throw a new twist at me. I'm not prepared for.
I'm sorry about that.
No, I love it.
For the record, I think, like we had this thing lined up that we were going to talk about,
right?
And then this just kind of popped in my head when you sat down. Well, I figured I'd ask because, again, I'm not in the business of having Stamkos here when he's 38 years old for $8 million. I'm not. Especially in a world where Lucas Raymond right now will probably make $8 million. That's not a like for me. That's a bad business move.
But I don't know if you're taking the global picture of Stamkos. His presence means a lot in that locker room.
Your presence means a lot, Doc. It does. I appreciate it though, for sure. We got to get out on the golf course, man. We got to make it happen.
All right, we're gonna make a day. We'll bring all Woodward sports out.
There it is, D-Mac. You in?
He doesn't want to golf with you guys. He wants to go solo with my daughter.
Yeah, that's it. We'll play with Paige. We'll see who else can.
Hey, I've gotten better.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, Doc. Appreciate the time as always. Next week, be back at it, right?
Absolutely.
All right, there it
Try to
is.
get more on a regular schedule here.
There he is. All right, Dr. Jeff Pierce, everybody, Michigan Sport and Spine Center, and we appreciate his time. He is our injury insider. Let me tell you about the morning show. Pressure's a privilege, everybody, but KG, he delivers on the morning show.
You know it.
Every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on Woodward Sports Network. Kool-Aid Flannel, Sam Broder, JB Smoove. You guys know the crew, and you know the game. Wake up, Woodward, 8 to 10 a.m. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Enough Detroit sports. Make sure you listen to Ermanni and Edwards with Maz next, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the Woodward Sports Network. Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, you guys know what it is. Don't miss out on the expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine, like we just did talking with them. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice and also current stuff with what's going on in sports, like old free agents that everybody wants that I don't, which we talk about with Dr. Jeff Pierce as well. He's here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more info, go to michigansportsandspine.com or give him a call, 248-426-9944. All right, we are off and running again. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, D-Mac here in the house. We got KG, Spencer Raxter as well, and all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Now, look, we had D-Mac, we had sent a record, I think, for time that's gone on without talking about the Lions, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I think Wake Up Woodward is challenging that.
Yeah, Heavyweights doing the same thing.
Right. So, I figured that we would talk some Lions today, but with a twist.
Okay.
So let's do it this way.
All right. I'm rocking.
You down with it?
I'm rocking.
All right, let's do
Keep
it this way
talking.
then. Let's welcome in our guy, John Yu, the purveyor of the Pro Sports Zone in Livonia, located inside the Lowell Park Place Mall. He's our guy. John, appreciate your time. How's things, man?
Things are good, man. Things are good. Can't wait for Lions season coming up. I mean, training camp is 3 weeks away, right?
Absolutely. But did want to check in with you because a lot of the people, memorabilia business is taking off. We've had you on the show here before. And, it's one of those things, John. What was this offseason like for the Lions? I know you've ran a couple of Lions through your place in there. Has the market cooled at all? Is everybody still Lions crazy? We still selling out all these sign-ins? How's it working out?
Oh, actually, this year has never slowed down because the playoff kind of run into the slow season. And then after that, then the draft. There's a lot of people coming in town for the draft and buying a lot of Lion gear. Then after the draft, people are exciting on the training camp, and a lot of new stuff just come in. Special with the unveiled Black Lion jersey. It haven't stopped yet, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. And the sales just continue going up.
So, hey Johnny, what's up, buddy?
What's up, D-Mac?
Yeah, a couple questions, because you always have not only the autographs and some signings from the local pro sports team, but the University of Michigan guys are always through there and stuff. What are some of the merch? What are some of the most popular either Lions or Red Wing merchandise that you have going on there? What are people looking forward to? Because you always have new stuff.
Yeah, I hate to disappoint you. The Wing stuff are a little slowed down right now, buddy.
Well, it should be. It's the summertime. It's getting ready for football season, and really, they haven't done any ish, as Neil would say.
Yeah.
So, what about the Lions stuff? Like, is the one shirt you're wearing available there, or are there jerseys? Are people getting name jerseys because you're the place to go if anybody is not aware? If they need a name on their jersey, John is the guy to go to.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the Lions is hard. Like Amon-Ra, Sam Brown, Hutch. Especially when this year they come out 3 new jerseys. Anytime when you have something new comes out, all the fans want the newest thing to wear to the game or party, things like that. And also Michigan done pretty well too. Especially when come out the national championship, we do a lot of signing with the player, and Michigan have a huge follower. They support the players quite well.
John, I want to ask you a question about that, as a matter of fact, because now things have changed, right? Now players are able to, when they're playing for Michigan now, they can come over, they can do signings for the people, they can make a couple bucks on their name, image, and likeness. How does that work on your end, John? Can you, as best you can you take us through that? If there's a player that's playing at Michigan, now you're able to get him to bring him in for a signing. How does that work on your end? I've always been curious about that.
We just have to. The player has an agency, just like NFL players now. It's the same process. You go through the agency and you work out a fee, and just it's no different than the pro guys now. Hey, your Oakland boys have done well for me.
Yeah, that's good.
They're
good.
super cool guy. I was hoping you can show up.
No, Johnny, I'm sorry I couldn't make it in. I was out of town that day. But yeah, you had Jack Golke and Trey Townsend in there. They were in there doing the sign. I heard it was a pretty successful deal as well. Talking with John Yu here, the purveyor of the Pro Sports Zone in the Laurel Park Place Mall there in Livonia. The chat's fired up. Adiz 411. John Yu is back. Sandra Dorton. Hello, John. I love your store. Paul Thomas. I would drop at least $1,000 in your store. Well, Paul, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll it through.
We open. Monday, buddy.
How about Johnny? How about what is some of the things that people might not realize that you carry or like sell? I see helmets in the background and we know jerseys and T-shirts and stuff like that. But what else? Maybe is there something that surprises people? Like, because you have a plethora of collectibles there. So is there something that to bring to the forefront? I know for everybody who's asking about Vladimir Konstantinov and stuff like that, John Hughes, where you go, where he does the signings and you can play Uno, and there's always you doing that event. I thank you very much. But is there, other than the signings and the jerseys and stuff, is there something like, is there something that we're missing or something that you promote that people, when they come in,
we do a lot of custom framing also, and when the customers have their own items like picture or jerseys or even not sport related, they can drop it off and we can design something for them for the man cave or wedding jerseys, things like that. We could do other different things. Yeah. Speaking of Concertina, we do have another signing come up with in August 3rd. With my buddy Vadi.
Awesome. No, that's awesome for what you do.
No, absolutely. Well, John, again, just wanted to catch up with you, make sure the Lions are still the hot topic. So you said you can't keep the black jerseys in stock, huh? They're flying off the shelf?
Oh, yeah. I think it's like I'm into my 3rd or 4th order already. Especially anything with the Lions right now is hot. I think this trend will be continue.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, John, as always, appreciate your time. John, you do a lot for the community as well. You donate the stuff and everything like that. You're good people, John. The people love you here in the chat as well. And we'll catch up with you again when the season's going on and all that kind of stuff, my friend, all right?
Absolutely. I thank you. I appreciate the invite today.
Oh, absolutely. John, you, everybody, Pro Sports Zone in Livonia. Follow him on social media, Instagram, all of that as well.
When Heavyweights first was like, we first got on the big show, he donated us a helmet, that signed Amon-Ra helmet that we auctioned off on the show live.
Yeah,
John's our guy.
He's good like that, man. He's certainly good people. I want to see good people. I want to see them do well and everything like that. And John's a part of it.
Big fact.
Ryan's reaction. That dude's got everything at his store. Sandy said the best signing I ever went to was Vladimir Konstantinov at your store as well. So there's that. Michael, I missed this. Ask John if he's got 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team. If anybody does.
I believe he does.
Yeah, if anybody does.
It's him.
He does. Yeah. Reach out to him on social media, man. He's a very cool dude, man. Good in the community. As well.
Great guy.
Yeah, a lot of fun talking to John Yu. I know we're a break behind, right, Spenny? So let's get to it right now. Tell him about Mark White.
Yeah, Mark White. I will tell you about Mark White because dreaming of buying a new home but feeling the financial pinch, Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White and Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Rule for KDK Law right here in Birmingham, everybody. And if you're dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues, we're talking like real life stuff here, everyone. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. Over 10 years of experience, 24/7 availability. You can scan the QR code on the screen. You can call them if you want to go that route, 248-971-0476. Guys, this is big time stuff right now. Get the people that have experience. Get the people that will have your back. Get the people that are local to your area. KDK Law.
Don't let her take that house you paid for.
Especially not in Birmingham.
Right.
That's your house.
Yeah.
That's your house.
She putting you out.
Yeah, but big thank you to John Yu there, too, over at Pro Sports Zone, the very best in the memorabilia game. Trust is a big thing in that industry, D-Mac.
Huge.
You could trust that guy 1,000,000%.
Especially from I'll speak from the side of being, somebody who does sign autographs and dealt with John Yu. He's one of the best in the business and true to form, no matter what. And that's a big thing. If you need things that you already have and you want to put frames to them, whether it's jerseys, pictures, wedding photo, anything like that, that's a place. Pro Sports Zone is my first call. Always.
There it is. No, absolutely. No, but we've been talking Red Wings. I think it is time, though, to put some people in the coffin.
Oh.
It is Tuesday.
Wow. I ain't even realized.
Oh, Powerneck just jumped in. Okay, Powerneck.
Is your voice back, Powerneck?
It's better today.
Okay.
It's a little bit
better. It is better. Powerneck, are you ready to put people in the coffin? You got someone you want to rest in peace?
Give me a second now.
I will. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll switch up the order. KG will hit leadoff, D-Mac second, I'll hit third, and then you will clean it up.
All right.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
That's fair?
Let's
all
roll.
Right. It's Rest in Peace Tuesday, KG. Give me that Undertaker.
Hold on, I got you.
Who are you putting in the coffin? Rest in peace.
Oh, it's on me first? I'm hitting leadoff.
Yeah, you're hitting leadoff because Power Neck just jumped into the booth, man. Come on. Be elite.
I can get up there.
Yeah, all right, D-Mac will go
D-Mac
first.
take it. I gotta
man,
think.
D-Mac,
Listen,
the wily veteran.
I'm going to switch it, go lefty on this one.
Okay.
Bigger picture thing on the culture front, what you just saw in the NHL was the crumbling and what a great run that they had. But the Steven Stamkos signing in Nashville is the start of the demise into what they'd built in Tampa Bay. And it's the first big, when you lose your captain, that sort of dynasty run is sort of over. Now they spent the money and put their chips in where you'd expect them into Victor Hedman and Kucherov and Vasilevsky. They're still there. But that initial, when you lose your captain, a guy who's been there 16 years and stuff like that, I've compared him to the Yzerman of their organization.
Yeah.
And it has moved on. It's sort of he's one of the guys that you sort of expected, a la like a Mike Modano, to end his career in one place, but it doesn't happen that way. He's still thinks he's got 4 more years in the tank. That puts a 20-year career, which is hats off to him. So, but putting in the coffin. It's the burial of.
You're talking about like winning Stanley Cups.
Just you're not saying that they're out of it, but just the dynasty, right where you expected. I look at it, and you look at the way other teams, where Pittsburgh has not disassembled their Malkin, Crosby, Letang. Right. They're still intact and looking like they're gonna, retire there. But with Stamkos, it just sort of like the beginning of the end or the new generation.
Are you surprised, D-Mac, that they didn't because I'm kind of surprised, like with the Hedman stuff. If you knew this was a possibility, which I'm sure they knew it was a possibility.
No, the writing was on the wall, and they've made their decision to whatever else to not work it out, and they're going in that direction.
I'm surprised they didn't. Are you surprised they didn't do a
Jake Gensel that money?
Okay.
They gave Jake Gensel the Stamkos money, which makes sense being younger, but that, a lot more pressure on him now. But it just, you got to change direction.
I get those vibes too. Like the sun is set, which
right,
kind of breaks my heart.
To that run regime. And it's more so they're looking to do it. It's like the evolution of us from 2002, right? Where the Stevie, Sergei, whatever, into the Datsuk, Zetterberg. What is the new regime for them?
Right.
That's sort of like marks the end for me. The rest in peace to a tremendous run that Tampa had for the last 10 years.
Yeah, you're not saying they're dead as a friend. You're just saying that.
No, I'm saying that inclination of it. It reminds me of
good. That's good, D-Mac.
It reminds me of 2004 when the lockout came, and then that was it for the old regime.
Yeah. No, I like it. That's definitely fair. Woodward Sports chat thread. Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Rest in peace to Almago's All-Star game chances.
This was dead a long time ago. A long time ago.
I'll step up to the plate next. For me, along the same lines of D-Mac, rest in peace to the Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
Rest in peace to the quote-unquote dynasty. And look,
it was fun.
There's no shame to this.
It always ends this way.
Sometimes when I stand up here and do the rest in peace, there is shame to it, and I revel in it. But this one with the Golden State Warriors, rest in peace. There's no shame to it. Every great franchise, every great team, this is the way that it ends. We've seen an example of it here with the bad boys, with the Pistons. Time runs its course, and you just have to step back and appreciate what they did. And they did it any way you want to do it.
Yeah.
They did it without KD. They did it with KD.
Big fact.
And Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. It always felt like he was kind of like the extra wheel to that organization.
Who, Klay?
Yeah, Klay. Like he wasn't like Steph status, and he wasn't Draymond status.
True, but when we thought about how this would end, I always thought it'd be Draymond first because of all the trouble he causes. Yeah. But to see Klay go, that's kind of crazy.
To the Maverick.
Draymond's the straw that stirs the drink with the Warriors, man. They need his defense and his
Isn't
playmaking.
It wild? They all, and here's the moral of the story, and that's a great segue to what I was going to say. I felt like Klay was a third wheel, but they needed Klay.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't have worked without Draymond.
Would not have worked.
And you have to have Steph.
Yeah.
Like it's like a circle like that. So props to them. They were a great organization. They fulfilled it with the pieces, and the pieces changed. Like it was Iguodala, then it was KD and Wiggins and stuff like that. So
Kayvon Looney, all type of names, man.
Looney, Bogut.
Yep.
Shout out Andrew Bogut.
So you know what?
Festus Ezeli.
Sean Livingston.
Yeah.
They got Sean Livingston.
All right. That's enough. No, but rest in peace, Golden State Warriors.
It was fun.
It was a good run. They were fun. They changed the game.
They changed the game for sure. It was fun brand of basketball to watch. There's some of the most dominant teams we've ever seen, and they did it for a while. They got, 4 rings out of it. So
hard to win.
There it is. Jay, what's attractive about a center who ends the year at a -21 with 52 turnovers? Hey, what's it? And you're going to pay that guy $8 million when he's 38. So there you go.
I'll go next. I got one.
Look there.
Yeah, I got one now.
Conviction.
I feel like you'll like this, man. But batting in the 3-hole. Rest in peace to the Philadelphia 76ers playoff chances.
Wow.
I was going to use them later, but yeah.
I knew you would like this one. But yeah, I just don't believe in it. And this isn't Paul George. I actually like Paul George. I like Embiid, but it's not going to happen, man. I don't see them coming out the East. They can't beat the Celtics. They can't beat the Knicks. I doubt whether they can beat the Milwaukee Bucks. It looks good on paper. It always looks good on paper, but we've seen this story
they'll
before.
Beat the Bucks.
With them.
The Bucks are cooked.
Yeah, you think so?
It's over.
Oh, well, yeah. They got Doc Rivers.
Over. It hasn't even started.
That's true.
And it never did start the second their coach stepped on the scene.
Big facts. But
it's definitely over.
But we just seen this story with Philly before, man. Jimmy Butler, JJ Redick, James Harden. It don't matter who they bring in, man. It's not going to work.
And
especially
who's the one constant?
Joel Embiid.
But hey, I'm a dick if I question him.
When he's on the floor, he's great.
Yeah,
he's not on the floor.
Except when he's 7 for 19 when it matters the most.
Exactly, and he's not good in the playoffs, and neither is PG. So.
Power neck. You got it?
Oh, I was gonna say I got one.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Rest in peace to anybody making out of the West other than the Oklahoma City Thunder for the next 3 years.
Damn.
Oh,
that's strong.
Even your boy Ant?
Even my boy Ant, even the Timberwolves. I think the Thunder are the best
even
team.
The Nuggets?
I think the Thunder are going to have the best record in the NBA. I think the Thunder are going to be the best team in the West, and I think they're going to be in the finals for a couple years.
See, I think the Nuggets can beat the Thunder, but they can't beat the Timberwolves.
Okay, I don't hate that, but especially if the Thunder go out and get Larry Markkinen, which they're rumored to, and they also have a treasure trove of draft picks,
more than they can pick.
Yeah, so on top of that, they're going to be the best defensive team in the NBA next year.
Hey, Thunder.
Yeah.
We'll take your worst contract when you make that trade.
Yes, I don't even know if they have any bad contracts either. They're just loaded. The deepest
they don't even
team.
have Steven Adams anymore.
Yeah, they're the deepest team in the NBA. They're going to be the best defensive team in the NBA. SGA is coming for MVP next year. I think the Thunder are going to be scary.
All right, what do you got, Power Neck? You've had all this time, Power Neck. Step up and deliver, Power Neck. Who are you putting in the coffin? Or are we putting Power Neck in the coffin?
Whoa. I'm putting in Paul George in the coffin. I'm tired of him being seen as a championship caliber player.
Yes.
He's not a championship caliber player. He never has been.
Yes.
We're talking about somebody who is treated like a max player, that is a top 10 player consistently.
Pandemic Paul.
In the playoffs, he's only averaging 20 points per game, honestly. He's only averaging 20 points per game, and honestly, his best year was with Russell Westbrook, which I think Westbrook was the number 1 option on that team. So I'm just saying, everywhere he's gone, outside of Indiana, he's always been the number 2, and there's a reason for it. Yeah, he's still getting paid and treated like he's a number 1 option.
Power Neck.
Hey,
he came strong.
Let's go Red Wings Sparty. Shout out Mo Spates. Another forgotten.
Hey, Sean Livingston.
Who's your favorite Warrior?
Leandro Barbosa.
Hey,
yep.
Baron Davis set the groundwork for it all.
True. He did, though. They forget about that team, man.
It's true.
They forget about that team.
All right. Tell them about Randy Wise. Who's telling about Randy Wise?
How would you like to play the University of Michigan golf course with Braylon Edwards? It's a Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today, and you can round off our foursome at woodwardsports.com or scan the code on the screen. When it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. Randy Wise Automotive.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Neil Rule here for Planet Fitness. Over 50 Metro Detroit locations. The Black Card still $24.99 a month. Still let you go to any Planet Fitness in the world. Still get you use of all the amenities. Still get you access to the best gym in the gym game. I've been a member over 3 years. I'll never be a member at another gym. It's Planet Fitness for me. Why would I? I'm not in the market to pay $100 a month for a gym membership. Planet Fitness, the best gym, the best price. What are we talking about here? Go to planetfitness.com, join there, pull in the parking lot. You'll pass a couple on the way home. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. All right, final segment of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We got a top 5 tomorrow. Top 5 Wednesday, D-Mac.
What is it again?
Top 5 things to grill.
Top 5 things to grill.
Oh, that's a good one. I can't wait.
We got a special nickel package Wednesday.
Yep.
We do it on the getaway days.
Okay.
There'll be a 4th of July nickel package.
There will be.
I'm going up north. D-Mac, you going up north or you hanging out?
I'll be gone. Is Fenton up north?
Is it past the Jesus sign on I-75? That's
Yes.
my line for up north.
That's fair.
What does it say? Are you saved? Or
Yeah.
Are you following the right road?
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, even better.
Yeah,
D-Mac, you sound like a man that's looked at that sign
drive by it all the time.
Yeah. I could do a 4th of July nickel package and an America nickel package.
Yes.
America.
Okay. All right.
We're going to talk America.
Yeah.
America.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Can we get Team America drop for tomorrow?
America. Fuck yeah.
We do. We'll have a 4th of July nickel package. The top 5 list, top 5 things to grill. And I can't wait for the American nickel package.
I can cook some good ones up.
Oh, my God. I can't wait. What you got going on, KG? You doing anything?
Nah, just laying low.
I might hit Topgolf.
Okay.
I've never been to Topgolf.
It's a good time.
And my friend's coming into town. My friend Javon's coming in from Colorado, and his brother Ron said we might go to Topgolf, so I might do that.
D-Mac, Spenny and I are going to play golf on Sunday morning.
Oh, yeah?
You in town?
I am. Where are you playing?
You available?
Maybe.
Stick's going to play too.
Yeah.
All right.
We need a 4th.
All right, I'll play.
Hell yeah.
There it is.
Where are we playing?
We're in the process of figuring that out. You got any? You got
want me
any
to make
recs?
a call?
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
What area of town?
Don't care.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
All right.
Wherever you want.
Hey, what time? Here, we'll talk after the show.
Yeah, morning-ish.
Morning-ish, yeah.
But do you want to?
If I wake up for anything, it'll be around the golf.
Absolutely. Okay.
We'll figure it
about
out.
after the show.
We'll talk after. All right. Power Neck, what do you got going on?
Got a
Working
buddy
out.
of mine.
Work it out. Eating protein.
Right. I got a buddy of mine who's leaving for Indiana on that Monday, so a little send-off.
A little send-off? All right, I like it.
Yeah. Little barbecue.
You going to have a beer?
Probably not. Probably not during training, no. I won't
Look
lie.
at this guy. Commitment.
Power Neck, everybody.
Dedication.
He's laying it all online. All right, that'll do it for this real quick, just a fan. R.I.P. to Neil ever giving love to the Michigan Wolverines, and R.I.P. to me caring if he does. Just a fan. They are the national champions. The coach got suspended for cheating.
It's true. Those are both factual statements.
What's wrong about those statements?
Just move on.
I said that they needed to get in the weeds to win.
Mm-hmm.
I was right.
You were right, Neil.
Thank you.
Because we know that's what you want to hear.
That is what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I only want to hear you guys say that.
And it's factual.
Neil, that's a great take. Opposite Brandon Katz.
It's
That's a
true.
great take, Neil.
You were right.
Neil, that's a great take.
And you were right, Neil. We needed to compromise that integrity that we have in our fight song to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, and remember what Jim Harbaugh said. If you got to cheat to win, you lost already.
Right.
Not engaged.
So then are they champions or no, according to Jim Harbaugh?
That's his quote.
Did he take a ring?
That is his quote, yeah. If you have to cheat to win, then you already lost.
So by his definition, did they win or lose the national title?
I don't know.
Definitely won.
I guess it's a question for him.
Not at all.
That is a question for him.
No, but I was told by him, if you have to cheat to win,
Mm-hmm.
You already lost.
you already lost.
Yeah, that's fine.
But until you win.
They got nothing, though. Can't prove it.
It's funny, there was 2 suspensions.
Physical cheating on the field and then a recruiting visit or,
right, cheating.
on an inappropriate date. That's not
right,
really,
for the quarterback that played in the game.
It's not really cheating. But
So now we're okay. Are we still leaders in best or no?
Absolutely.
Are we still Michigan men of integrity?
We never stopped.
Are we Michigan men of integrity?
Absolutely.
All right, tomorrow.
They got
everybody.
nothing.
We'll be back at it tomorrow. Can't wait. For D-Mac, for Spenny, KG, Power Neck, I'm Neil Rowe. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy. Celebrating America tomorrow.
America.
Love it or leave it!
Oh, yeah.